Good afternoon, this is Darnell from Porsche of Ocala. I just want to take a moment to show you the 2017 Porsche Cayenne Platinum Edition. This is the exact vehicle that you were interested in. It's white with the Luxor beige interior. I know you asked in your email if this vehicle was a service loaner, and it is a service loaner, has a few thousand miles on it. With this being a Platinum Edition, you do get these upgraded wheels. They're 20-inch. The Platinum Edition does have the trim here around the wheel well, matching the paint. On a standard Cayenne, this section here would be a matte black, and having it match the rest of the car actually really changes the overall look. This vehicle has quite a bit of nice equipment on it. As you can see up front, you got the 4-point LED daytime running lights, which give it a very distinct look. Now the upgraded headlights are the Porsche Dynamic Light System Plus, so that means that this actually has the LED headlight as well as high beam assist, so you can set your high beams to turn on, and when someone's coming towards you, they'll turn off on their own. The Cayenne has quite a few unique features about it, one of which up front, it's going to be hard to see because of the lighting right now, but you have active flaps that are in the grille. And these active flaps will open for two reasons: for the thermal management system, so the car gets to the operating temperature as quick as possible, as well as when you're driving, this will help regulate the air that's getting towards the engine. This vehicle does have the entry and drive, so you have these black squares on all four doors. So with that, if you put your hand inside the door handle, the doors won't lock. When you touch the black square, the doors will lock. With the entry and drive, you get a mach key that stays in the ignition. You also get an additional button, which I'll show you in a second, on the tailgate, so that you can close and lock the car at the same time. Now in the rear, you have the dual exhaust tips, give it a sporty look. As you can see back here, you do have the tow hitch. The Cayenne is rated to tow up to 7,700 pounds. This vehicle does have the backup camera with parking sensors in the front and rear of the vehicle. The LED tail lights are standard with the 4-point brake lights. With the tailgate, you can actually adjust the height of this as well. So if you wanted to put it all the way up like it is here, or set a desired height due to the garage, or just for your own height preferences, you can press and hold right here. The car will chime, and it'll store in the memory of the vehicle so that it makes it convenient for you. You do have a 40-20-40 split with the rear seats to fold them down. The seats will, when they lay down, they'll actually lock into place. You can actually move the seats slightly forward to get a little bit more space in the rear of the car. The privacy shade is removable. You do have a spare tire in the rear. Luxor beige is a beautiful interior. The way this one is equipped, you have a little extra equipment for the passengers in the rear for comfort. This is the handle right here, which you would use to fold the seats down. And again, like I mentioned, there's a handle in the front of the seat so you can actually slide the seat forward. In the center, you have a 4-zone climate control equipped with this vehicle. It does have the heated and ventilated seats. Going up front, you'll see the very elegant interior for the Cayenne. Okay, this is equipped with the 14-way power seats with the memory package. So you have 2 memory settings on the driver's side and 3 memory settings on the passenger side. The reason that there's 2 on the driver's side is you have 2 just designated for the seat, the steering wheel, and the mirrors. Well, the 3rd key actually saves memory settings for the car. So if you change certain settings in the vehicle, you can hit that button to store them. That way you don't have to readjust them every time you get into the car. You have the 5 instrument clusters just like you would the 911 and the Panamera. Very sporty steering wheel taken from the 918. It's a multi-function steering wheel, so you have controls here on the left side for the volume on the radio. You also have a button here to answer the phone. The diamond-shaped button will allow you to switch between media sources depending on how it's set up, or you can set it to do multiple functions that are available in the vehicle. Here you have a button to hang up the phone. Your back button, which is designated for the TFT display, which is the digital display here. This will allow you to go back to previous menus. And then you have the roller here, which will also control the TFT display, so you can cycle through the menus and then select certain options, and I'll go back to that in a second. You have this nice analog clock in the dash to give it a very elegant look. Your PCM touchscreen. As you see, the menu went away just a second ago. If you bring your hand close to the screen, the menu pops up utilizing the proximity sensor that's built into the car. You have your dual zone climate control up front because you have the 4-zone with this car. You have the 8-speed automatic, which puts down the power. And speaking of the power, this car is powered by 3.6 V6 that produces 300 horsepower and 295 pound-foot of torque. You have all your vent controls right there. Heated and ventilated seats. Cayenne is all-wheel drive, and you give you the option of having an off-road and on-road mode. Car always starts in the on-road mode, and you can just toggle the switch and it'll switch to off-road. You have your standard sport mode, which is going to change the throttle response as well as the shifting patterns for the transmission. Then you have your automatic start and stop feature. So once the car reaches operating temperature, battery voltage is good, and you're driving, you come along to a stop, the engine will shut down to conserve fuel. If you wanted to, you could deactivate it by pressing this button here or by turning on the sport mode. Then you have your Porsche stability management. Hey, going back up to the TFT, you have quite a bit of equipment that's accessible through here. So this is the main vehicle menu. You can customize the layout of this menu here. So right now it's showing coolant temperature, oil temperature, and oil pressure. You can also, as you're seeing on the bottom, shows elevation. You can show battery voltage, you can show fuel range, quite a few different things. So you scroll down, you have your radio stations, you have your navigation option, which will show you your turn-by-turn directions while utilizing the navigation, and it will show you your previous destinations when you're not using the nav. Here's your map screen. So from here you can actually change the settings for the map just like you would on any other GPS. And you scroll down again in your phone function, so you can have access to your contacts and call history. That way you can dial out while not removing your hand from the steering wheel. You have your trip computer, tire pressure for each tire, and then back around to the vehicle menu where you can check your oil level, because there's no dipstick in these vehicles anymore. They check the oil electronically through sensors in the engine. Then you can access the majority of your settings from here. So Porsche's really focused on making it a very safe vehicle, making so that you don't have to take your hand off the wheel. Most of the stuff that you need is easily accessible through the TFT display. I'm going to take one more good look at the Cayenne. Hopefully this video is informative for you, and hopefully we'll speak soon. Thank you.